Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Today's video is all about sharing with you some of the items that recently sold for me on eBay and Poshmark. This channel is all about finding things that you love to do in retirement, but mostly it's all about being retired and reselling. I'm going to start out with some of the hard goods that sold, chat a little bit with you about what we do in retirement, and then I'll share some of the clothing items that sold. First one up that sold is this Alaskan figurine statue. I did some consignment for a friend of mine. 60-40 split. She gets 60. I'm taking the 40%. And I only have one figurine left. We've sold about a dozen of hers. Next one up, forgive me, I'm having to look at my notes over here, is this fossil watch with a case. I literally had this watch when I was younger. This was found at a church fill-a-bag rummage sale. The whole entire bag was $5, and you can really pack a lot into one grocery bag. So this one was a recent, really good sale. Next one is this Welsh love spoon. It was at the same rummage sale, church rummage sale, and I picked it up just for its ethnicity and the fact that it was smaller. I tend to gravitate to things at the fill-a-bag sales and also at the bins where you pay by the pound. I like to find things that are a little bit smaller and lighter. There's so many things you'll see that you can make a really good profit on. The next item is this Anthropologie Molly Hatch tiny, teeny little juice glass. You saw me pick this one up at a thrift store. We walk dogs on the Rover app. I liked this one simply because of the graphics on it. When I looked inside the glass, it had the artist's name in there. I did run a Google image search. I've done a video showing you how you can do that when you're in the store so that you're making good purchases. But that one sold for quite a bit of money. It was $1.99. Next is this little Eisenberg brooch, Christmas brooch. You know, this must have just been pennies inside of that same fill-a-bag sale. And when I flipped it over, it had a maker's mark on it. I couldn't make out the maker's mark. I didn't have my cheaters with me that day, but I just knew a maker's mark when you're looking for jewelry is always something to look at, because that'll tell you the quality. And this sold within, all of the things that I mentioned have sold within a couple weeks. So there was a wonderful profit that I made on that. The next up, you saw me pick this one up. It's the cloisonne napkin rings. Cloisonne, that shiny finish. When I brought this one up to the register, the woman checking me out told me how much she loves cloisonne. So keep a lookout for that. This Virgin Mary Madonna statue I found at a church rummage sale, not the same one. This one I picked up probably last summer. Of course, at a church rummage sale, you're going to find a lot of faith-based items. So I tend to always go most often on the last day, which is the fill-a-bag sale. And I pick up books and art and rosaries. And you can see when it all goes in the bag, that one brought really good money. This Costa Boda face barware glass, just truly by the uniqueness of it. That one came, you saw me pick that one up from a thrift store. That one sold rather quickly as well. And then the last item is that rosary I talked about. The things that you can easily find there, of course, are Bibles, religious books, crosses, crosses that you would put on the wall. I tend to save those and lot them up, meaning put them in a group and sell 10 of them or 8 of them, and find that does really well for me. But this one particular rosary that I talked about came from that same fill-a-bag sale. Did really well on that one. Okay, I'm going to pause the video here and chat just a moment with you about who we are if you're new to the channel and how we got started, my husband Brian and I, doing some of the things that we love doing now that we're retired. I'm just going to encourage you that some of these things, either you're retired and looking for something to do, or perhaps you're like me and I just needed to be done doing what I was doing at 60. That was a couple of years ago. It was really time for a change. We've been through COVID. My mother passed from dementia. Our son got married. went back to a job that wasn't for me anymore. But I didn't want to quit working. I had never intended to quit working. I have now been doing eBay for going 7 years, going on 8 years. I did that simultaneously with my job, and I decided it was time to just focus in on being a reseller. So it's something that I would encourage you. I've done a lot of videos on how I do it, what types of things that I pick up. But if you're looking to earn extra income, no matter if you're a stay-at-home mom or retired or working and just looking for some hobby that makes you money. That's what I consider what we do. And when I've been asked if I'm full-time or part-time, I, I'm part-time, and I hesitate with that because it's just fun for me. So when I'm working, I don't feel like I'm working. So I would encourage you. I've done a lot of videos on how to resell. It's the perfect part-time job. You can earn really good money the more time you put into it. As you can see, the profit margins can be really high on what you buy versus what you sell. Now you see these amounts, and of course eBay takes their cut, Poshmark takes their cut. So this doesn't go straight into my pocket, but I buy really, really low. I try to, and so the profit for me is quite substantial. The other thing Brian and I do is we walk dogs on the Rover app. I've got a channel within my channel. I've got a playlist devoted to what we do walking dogs and how we got started walking dogs. So if you're interested, take a peek at that. Then the other couple things that Brian does in retirement, our kids played baseball when they were growing up. Brian was always their coach and hitting instructor. Now he's still has been doing this for years. He's a youth hitting instructor in our community. He works at our dome, our inflatable dome, not ours, the school districts, during the winter months. And then in the summer months, he will do private hitting lessons at the schools in our backyard, mostly for the little kids. He also works at a men's and women's higher end clothing store. He does the inventory. That's a couple early mornings a week. He started out working on the sales floor after he retired, and then it's kind of gradually come down to only a couple of mornings a week because the dog walking started to kick in for us, and that keeps us busy during the day. And so he was more interested now in just being there early mornings and maybe not so much the retail hours. So he loves doing that. And you also get the family discount, which our boys really love. So let's get back to seeing what sold in the clothing section recently and where I got it and how much profit I made. Okay, first up, the set of 2 Brooks Brothers button-up shirts. Again, doing consignment, but in a little bit different way. This is my son's best friend, Michael. He brought home a bunch of things to our home that he just simply wasn't wearing anymore. He knew that I did consignment or did reselling. He told me I could take a profit. I wasn't going to do that for my son's best friend. So I've had these button-down shirts for probably 2.5, 3 years. Sent him a Venmo, and he was surprised that I even had this around anymore. Next one up is Now, I believe, NAU Now jacket. Again, church fill-a-bag, church rummage sale fill-a-bag. In terms of the $5 that it costs to fill a bag and this lightweight jacket, and you roll it up and put it in the bag, this would have been maybe 50 cents. So that was a great find. This next one up is a cashmere dress topper, I called it. Anything cashmere, any brand, any size, any style, scarves, sweaters. Cashmere does really, really well. This sold quickly in the summer months for me, and the buyer left feedback that she was thrilled with the item. This next one you saw me pick up, this Anthropologie Farm Rio. I believe this was at Savers. That the Farm Rio brand, you can pretty much get whatever you want in Farm Rio. That one sold, took a couple of months to sell. Again, great profit on that cute sweater. The Scala wedding dress, you saw me pick this up at the Goodwill Bins. I felt badly about finding someone's dress. I talked about it at the bins. Several of you encouraged me that it was okay, that people you know, their dresses end up at the Goodwill, or then they get the Goodwill bins. And a couple of you sent encouraging words to me to tell me that it was okay. I didn't need to feel bad, but I felt really good that a bride got this dress for $60. What a steal for them, and a great deal for me because I picked it up at the bins. The bins pricing $2.50 a pound, and so this one was several pounds, so I probably paid $7.50 for it. So that's a great profit. These Gucci eyeglasses, they just sold. I found these in the bottom of the Goodwill bins as well. It sounds like a broken record, but I truly find the majority, if not all, of my items. You've seen me shop at the Goodwill stores, Savers, the community thrift. I do like those stores. I just don't pick as much up from those stores, simply based on the profit margins that I can get for those items. I want to spend pennies on the dollar. And so you will see me most often shopping at the bins and at these church rummage sales, which is only in Minnesota during our summer months. These glasses weighed just under a pound, just several ounces. So I probably have in maybe a quarter or 50 cents. So my price point was very, very low to get $60 for these glasses. So that was a great, great find. This Draper James straw tote, I knew that Reese Witherspoon, it was her line, and also that it was new with tags, so I grabbed that one at the Goodwill bin. This Brian Urlacher jersey was our son's, and I kept some items. I have sold a lot of those vintage items that I kept. There were some things when the kids got older that I just couldn't part with. I remembered that giving them those things for a birthday, or grandma gave it to them. I couldn't part with those things. They went in a box, went in our basement storage, and then during COVID, I started to dig out. And I have sold a lot of our kids' vintage clothing items that we just had in our home, and this one sold recently. And last, this cottage core, I called it, gingham purse, church fill-a-bag sale, and this wide brim straw hat. I sell a lot of hats, a lot of summer hats. Profit margin is great on those. The purse was reversible and just adorable and new with tags, and went in that fill-a-bag sale. These two came from different church rummage sales, but again, you can see the kind of profit that you can make. So I hope you find this video encouraging. Like I said, I have a lot of videos that share more of the intricate details about reselling, shipping, and photographing. And so if you are interested in that, take a peek at those videos. And as you can tell, this is something that you don't age out of. You can do while you're working towards retirement, after you retire. I can't tell you enough what a great, great fit reselling has been in retirement for me.